please consider hitting the subscribe button if you're watching this, and subscribing if you're listening to this. No, it's not subscribe. Is it subscribe on podcast? What's going on, guys? My name's Rob Riley. Calvin McChesney is behind the camera, and welcome to Free Coffee. Today, we're going to make it short and sweet. We're going to be talking about 3 things you should do before 2021. Obviously, 2020 hasn't been the best for most of us, but there's 3 things that you can do to set yourself on the right track to have a sick 2021. So we're going to be diving right into it. But if you're new here, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you're listening to us in podcast, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Leaving a review means a lot and helps us out quite a bit. So 2020 sucked for a lot of us, right? I kind of already said that 2020 was not the best. We were all hit with a pandemic, a global recession, wildfires all over the country. There's so many jobs that were lost and a lot of collateral damage done, but we have some exciting news. The vaccine's on its way. We are lining up for a successful, fun, exciting 2021. And I know for me, that's been a huge mood changer. I've been looking forward to something to look forward to, for lack of a better term. And a vaccine is pretty exciting. It'll allow us to get back to our normal lives. So let's plan on a positive 2021. And the 3 things we're going to talk about today will help you have a great 2021. These are things that I have done in my life, and I've been practicing at the end of the year, every year. These are things I've kind of developed. They're nothing new, nothing groundbreaking, but it's what I do. It's my typical year-end practice that has really helped me kind of just get ready for the new year and prepare. And I think this year, it's more important than ever to make sure that we're on the right track. So hopping right into it, we're going to make this nice and quick. Number 1 is write your goals down. So when starting a new year, all of us like to make New Year's resolutions and go after goals. This year, write your goals down. Be extremely specific. Draw pictures of what it'll look like when you achieve it. Plan out how you're going to get there. Visualize these goals and get it down on paper. Write it down. Make these goals ambitious and fire yourself up to go and chase them. When writing down your goals, write them down somewhere that you can keep in front of you often. For me, I used to write my goals down on sticky notes. Actually, Kelvin can probably see them. I have my goals from 2017 still taped to my office window here. It's over here, Kelv. But we'll include some B-roll of my goals from 2017. But like, these were super ambitious. I don't think I hit a single one. But man, was I gunning for it. I was literally gunning for it. And having it always around me and constantly being able to look was super cool. But also now being able to see what my goals were in the past and how I've, measured up to them now, years later, that's also super cool and super motivating as well. It's just a refresher, right? It's kind of like you get to reminisce on the old times and whatnot. So write stuff down for future you and for present you. Kelvin, are you going to write your goals down in 2021? Actually, in December 2020, are you going to write your goals down?
Yeah, I'll write a few. I mean, like long and short term, but like I'm not going to like map out my whole year.
Oh, Calv, you got to visualize your goals. You got to get them down on some paper, write them down, visualize them. It's the best way to make them happen.
Maybe you'll convince me in the next 10 minutes then.
Give somebody the biggest goal that you're trying to chase in 2021.
See, that's a tough question because you just put me on the spot. But probably 10,000 subs on the pod channel.
10,000 subs. You heard the man. 10, help make it happen. Hit that sub button. Hit that bell so you get notified when we drop something new. See, drop some wisdom.
We wouldn't be able to manifest it, though, if we didn't tell the audience how realistic that is.
It's
definitely possible, and I think it's more than likely going to happen.
More than likely. This is why I keep this man around me. Radiates positive energy. Cool. Number 2, get rid of things you didn't use all year. Really simple, right? The new year is a great reason to simplify and cut down on your possessions and get rid of some of the baggage you've been carrying around. Now, there's 2 sides to this. 1, you can usually find lots of money sitting around your house in items that you don't use, right? So you can hop on Facebook Marketplace, list a bunch of things that you don't need or don't use, technology, cookware, literally like there's so much stuff, shoes you don't wear, clothes you don't wear. Get it listed on Facebook Marketplace, make a little bit of extra money, and use that money to fuel your goals for 2021. Like, what a great way to get a head start on everything you're trying to achieve. The other side of that is if you're like, hey, I got t-shirts and socks and underwear, right? Nobody's buying, well, maybe somebody, but not many people want to buy that on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe you don't want to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Just bag it up, either, throw away what's old and needs to be discarded, or donate what you can that still has, life in it. But simplify your life. Get rid of possessions you don't need. Make your life easier, right? For me, I get rid of gadgets and random things. I usually will sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace and donate extra clothes that I acquire throughout the year. I love this part of the new year. For me, it's kind of been habitual. And 2021 for me, hopefully starts off with me having to make a lot less decisions every day because I have less stuff, right? So if you have 50 t-shirts and you simplify it down to 25, now you have a lot less t-shirts to decide between every single day. And you can simplify this down way farther, right? Maybe you have an air fryer and maybe you have a pressure cooker. You only need one of them, or maybe you don't need either of them. But now you don't have to make the decision every day. Am I going to air fry something? Am I going to pressure cook? There's a million different ways to go about it. Maybe you have an extra camera you don't need. Whatever it might be, simplify your possessions, simplify your life. And I think you'll see that it's a lot easier to just go along your day with a simpler life. Number 3, find a small habit, and I'm talking literally minuscule, that you can commit to doing every day. Now, I am not talking about setting up a New Year's resolution, right? The big goal that everyone wants to pursue, the reason the gyms are full every year on January. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about setting up a minuscule goal that literally you can do sleepwalking. So I've found the smallest changes often make some of the biggest differences. When I say make a small habit, I know I've said it multiple times, but I literally mean very, very small. I'm talking about something like making your bed in the morning, or listening to an audiobook instead of listening to music, or something even smaller like listening to more positive music, right? Setting a very, very small achievable goal. For me, I used to try to set goals like wake up every morning at 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. or hit the gym every day. Those goals are big, life-changing goals. I mean, those take a lot more structure and time to get used to than something that I'm talking about. I'm talking about really small, easy to achieve, something that builds momentum in your life. We're looking to make small, sustainable, positive change in our lives and build momentum. Like I was just saying, for me, in 2021, I want to make sure that I text friends more often. That's my really small goal. I just want to check in on them. In 2020, I realized I need to be a better friend, right? I would kind of just check up on friends by accident. Just things would happen. I'd see them out and around, hey, how you doing? Whatever. I want to make sure that's more deliberate. I want to be a better friend. I want to be a better, son to my mother and check in on my mother every once in a while, just sending texts and doing small things. At least like once a day, I want to send a text to somebody and just check in. Say, hey, how are you doing? Calvin, you think you can make a small change in 2021?
Yeah.
What do you think about my texting a friend once a day?
I think that's a really good idea. I think it brings some sincerity to your life.
Oh. You got any ideas?
Not that you were lacking sincerity.
Oh, well, I appreciate it.
Little premeditated checkup never hurt anybody.
What about you? Do you think you can find something in your life, make a small change? Is there anything you've been wanting to do?
Probably eat a little bit healthier more consistently. Not that I eat unhealthy or that I'm out of shape, but I think that if I eat a little bit more pineapple and a little bit less, candy or whatever it is, that it would come a long way. So
what's that actually look like? Does that mean like cutting out sugar in breakfast? Like what does that look like for you?
Like in terms of actual change in my behavior, it means that when I'm up late at night and I'm hungry, just choosing the healthier option.
Cool. See, just choosing the healthier option. We're able to hone in on the very specific part of that, right? He wanted to eat a little bit healthier. But eating healthier in general is typically a decently hard thing to do, right? You're changing your whole life, right? You're changing up your schedule, your everything in your fridge, how you grocery shop, and what the people in your house eat, right? Because you're surrounded usually by things that are unhealthy. But to say like, look, late at night, I want to pick a healthier option of food. Now, maybe you could go even more specific, but that minuscule, that small, and that specific is like what we're trying to do. So I think these three things can really set you up for a better year. And in 2021, we all need to get our momentum going in December so that we are ready to hit the ground running, start off on the right foot in 2021, and have a fantastic year. You all deserve it. I deserve it. Calvin deserves it. Everyone deserves a good 2021. And starting on the right foot is the best way to make it happen. So for now, I'll be working hard. Calvin will be working hard. We're going to be pumping out content and hopefully trying to provide some positive energy to you guys. So we really appreciate your support on the pod, everyone that's liking on different platforms, subscribing, all that sort of stuff. It really does mean the world. We're watching everything. We see everything. So thank you guys so much. Like I said, we're going to keep this short and sweet. My name's Rob Riley. Calvin McChesney is behind the camera. This is Free Coffee. Until next time, peace.